Hello, everyone, and thank you so much for joining our official launch ceremony of the Women in AI and Robotics chapter in Stuttgart. We are honored and pleased to have Isabel, the Chief Financial Officer at Daimler TSS, with us today. Thank you so much. And Katja, the VP of AI and Digital Transformation from Bosch. Thank you so much, Katja. Isabel and Katja exemplify as leaders in the technical world and share the passion with us of supporting women to enter the field of artificial intelligence and robotics. The disparity of gender, ethnicity, and abilities in AI and robotic solutions have had detrimental effects on our lives. However, seeing and feeling the pour of support from community members, institutions, and corporations who share our concern and are ready to take action is really heartwarming. And it makes us optimistic that we are taking the right steps and making an impact on a better future, which is more just ethical and inclusive technology to serve us better. We are proud and thankful to our core team members, our community members, partners, and supporters for helping us accomplish so much in the past 6 months. And this is a good event to celebrate our accomplishments. I would like to introduce Nella, the city lead of Stuttgart. I'm really proud of you, Nella, for accomplishing so much and putting everything together. The team, there has been a lot of effort that has gone into making this happen today. So really appreciate your contributions. Nella is a data scientist at Daimler TSS. Her work focuses on the development of machine learning algorithms for specific automotive use cases like predictive maintenance. Her personal motivation is to encourage women to work in AI, and she would like to support them on this journey. So Nella, I hand off to you, and it's all yours now.
Thank you, Sheila. Thank you for the warm introduction. First of all, I also want to welcome the audience and welcome our speakers, Isabel and Katja, to the launch event in Stuttgart. Let me share with you some words about how we started the team in Stuttgart, what are the stories behind the women in the team, and what motivated us to dedicate ourselves to women in AI and robotics community. I will shortly start with myself. I was born in Romania, and I consider myself pretty lucky to have been educated in 4 European universities in Romania, in Austria, in Germany, and currently in UK. I started my education in history and archaeology because I had that drive in me to better understand the history of humanity. But I was also interested in computer science since 3 of my 4 brothers were computer scientists and they inspired me. So 2012, I decided to study computer science, and since then I am in this field. At the moment, as Sheila already mentioned, I am working as a data scientist at Daimler TSS. And currently, I pursue my Master of Artificial Intelligence at the University of Bath. I joined Women in AI and Robotics community because I want to contribute to this big shift to AI, and I want to encourage women to be part of this digital revolution and thus to reduce the gender gap in this field. 3 months ago, I started to build the local team in Stuttgart, and currently we are 5 women in the core team Stuttgart. Let me shortly introduce to you these brilliant women of our team. I will start with Sanya. Sanya Aktas is an embedded system engineer currently working at Verhau. Sanya, what motivated you to join the community, and what can you tell us about yourself?
Hi, Nella. Thank you for that introduction. Hi, guys. My name is Sanya. I was born in Pakistan, and I finished my bachelor's in mechatronics engineering in Pakistan. I was from a young age interested in space, but somewhere on the way I lost my path, but still somehow ended up doing engineering anyway. I worked at Unilever and Schlumberger after finishing my bachelor's degrees, and then I decided to come to Germany to pursue my master's in embedded systems engineering. I finished last year, and since then I've been working as an embedded systems engineer. Currently, I'm working on a project for inductive power transfer systems, and I joined this community in April, around April, because I always saw that there are not a lot of women around me everywhere that I've worked. And I saw this as a good opportunity to engage with the community, with my fellow engineers and scientists, and get to know them and try to help motivate other people to get into this field as well. Yeah.
Thank you, Sonia. So I will go on and introduce you Karina Mitt. She is the advisor to the Managing Director, Research and Department at Trumpf. Karina, what motivated you to join and also engage in Women in AI and Robotics?
Yeah, hi everyone. My motivation to join the community was to find and to connect to like-minded women in the field and to exchange our professional backgrounds and to talk about AI and technological trends. So that's why I joined the community, and I also find the purpose of the network really great, because we are still underrepresented in the fields, and so it's nice to motivate others to join us. Yeah, and for my background, maybe I can shortly introduce my journey as well. I studied electrical engineering at KIT in Karlsruhe. And after that, I joined Trumpf as a PhD student in the pre-development network system department. And I did some research on the analysis of indoor localization data to derive inputs for manufacturing simulation. And shortly after this topic started, everyone got very interested in the simulation topic. And then I became the project lead for 2 years. And afterwards, my recent boss, how can I say this? He thought, okay, maybe it's a good time now that she becomes my advisor. So I'm his advisor since March. And that's a very interesting job because I have a broad overview on different research and development topics. That's my journey so far. So I hand back over to Nela.
Thank you, Karina. It's good to have you in our team. I go on with Anna Maria Cristescu. She is a research associate at Fraunhofer and a lecturer for marketing and global communication at International School of Management in Stuttgart. Anna Maria, you are a very active woman. Let us know, what is your story?
Yeah, it's thank you, Nella, and hi everyone. It's actually a funny story. Nella, we were born in the same city, but in Romania. But this is not why we know each other. I work with her husband, so this is how we met. But it's pretty funny that we were born in the same city in Romania. Yeah, I don't have a AI background either. I studied actually at the Technical University in Dresden. Have a master's degree in communication and marketing. So, but I began to really work in 2010, and I worked for only car industry, for Volkswagen or IT companies. So right now I'm working for Fraunhofer IAO here in Stuttgart, and my field of research is actually mobility. So car industry and IT. So 1 and +1 is 2, and it's mobility. I think that AI will play a very big role in sustainable business mobility. And this is where we will start. I start with my research. And the reason why I decided to join Women in AI, because first of all, I think this is a chance for women to conquer a new field. I see that a lot of women really want to have a career, really want to develop, have the power, yeah, and I hope that I will see, even at Fraunhofer, but also in some other companies, that I will see more and more women working in AI and also take more responsibility and have a chance to be the leaders in AI. It doesn't matter if it's software engineering, marketing, or finance, or whatever other area. So that is my very strong motivation, actually.
Thank you, Anna Maria. So we go on with Miriam Dreisörner. She is Director of Product Management and Business Strategy at Bosch. Miriam, you come from the business field. What motivated you to be part of Women in AI and Robotics?
Well, hello, everybody. Well, for me, diversity is key. So I have worked in a medium-sized company. Now I work in a corporation. I have worked in different fields. I have worked in sales, in product management, in business development. I've worked in Germany. I have worked in Mexico. So for me, variety is really important. And when I saw that women are really underrepresented in technical fields, and those are the fields that I have always been working on, even though I only have a business administration degree, I found that networks for women are really important, and they have always played a crucial role in my career so far. So I mentor female students, and I'm also part of Bosch internal network. I'm in the core team there, and the network is called Global Female Leaders at Bosch. So I help connect women, but I also profit from the exchange in these networks. And that is really why I'm so very, very happy that also the network Women in AI and Robotics is off to such a good start. And yeah, I hope we can motivate more women to get engaged in AI, because I think AI is the future. And I think the more women engage in AI, the more ethical AI is going to become as well. So yeah, that's my motivation.
Thank you, Miriam. Thank you, everyone, for sharing your awesome stories with us. We are really an interdisciplinary team. So before we go to the next point in our agenda, I want to make some short announcements, some short technical announcements. We would like to ask the audience to turn off the camera and to mute the microphones during the talks. Please write your questions for the speakers in the chat. The core team will read your questions in the Q&A session for you. We will also try today to close the event sooner as planned, so that the soccer fans of England and Germany can attend the game tonight. So let's go with the first speaker. I am very glad and I am very honored to introduce our first keynote speaker, Isabel Krautwald, CFO and part of the Executive Management Board at Daimler TSS, the IT subsidiary of Daimler Group. Isabel will speak in her keynote about her own perspective on AI. Why is AI a great career opportunity for women? And she will give us insights in her role as CFO in an IT company. Thank you, Isabel, for being here and supporting us.
Thank you, Sheila and Nela, for your warm welcome and for inviting me today. And good afternoon to everyone. Women in AI and Robotics is an organization founded by women, mainly for other women. And therefore, this will be also my focus for today. Supporting ambitious women like you really matters to me. And therefore, I'm thrilled to be here today and talk to so many talents who want to move things forward. The foundation of the Stuttgart chapter of Women in AI and Robotics is a special occasion to me. And let me explain to you why. A couple of weeks ago, Nela approached me and told me about this initiative. And it wasn't hard for her to convince me to join in today. First of all, I was happy to meet Nela, as she's one of our young talents in our TSS company. And I was really impressed to learn about her voluntary work that goes beyond her job in our machine learning solutions team. Secondly, I think that Women in AI and Robotics chapter Stuttgart brings together some very positive aspects. Each of them is important on its own, but combining them will create a lot of positive energy. So let me share with you my main 5 reasons why I believe this chapter will be a huge benefit for all of you. First of all, Stuttgart is just a great location. A location with more than 100 years of tradition in the German automotive industry. And now also a hotspot for their massive digitalization efforts. Stuttgart is the hometown for many of us, working for global companies like Porsche, Bosch, Daimler, and of course us at Daimler TSS. All these companies invest hugely in new technology and create many new job opportunities. Also, Stuttgart is a perfect connecting point for digitalization hubs in Southwest Germany, like Karlsruhe, Ulm, or the other WAI chapters in Germany. So if you ask me, Stuttgart has it all. We have the technology, we have the jobs, and we have ambitious young women like you who live here. Let me talk about my second aspect, the technology of AI and robotics. AI is one of the technological game changers of our time, if not the one with the biggest impact ever. It is what experts call a general purpose technology, meaning it will influence our lives and society in yet unpredictable ways, just like the inventions of electricity or the combustion engine. It starts with the technology itself, but then it lays ground for so many other innovations to come. The usage of AI has grown enormously in the past few years, and it has very silently become a part of our daily lives, like internet search engines, like assistants, like Alexa, Siri, navigation system in the car. So without knowing, all of us are in touch with AI. And I would say, if AI is about teaching a machine to act like a human, then all of us human beings can be experts in AI to some extent. Let me share a personal experience. A while ago, I was engaged in a rather intense business negotiation, and I was wearing my smartwatch. Suddenly, my watch started talking to me loudly. "Hey Isabel, your heart rate is above average. I assume you are working out. I start recording your running workout." Well, this shows how present AI is in my life and how far away from reality it is, and that even I have a good idea on it could have done better in this moment. So to put it short, AI is here and it will impact our lives in unforeseeable ways. And all of us can relate to this technology. I just mentioned a few examples for AI applications like smart speakers on my watch. But AI has also tremendous potential for us in the car industry. At Daimler TSS, we don't build cars, we create software. And we thus play an important role in shaping the digital future of mobility for Mercedes-Benz. Our portfolio ranges from digital vehicle to digital production to cybersecurity, just to name a few. And in most of our strategic initiatives, AI and robotics are the key technology. At Daimler TSS, we are strongly convinced that AI will lead to further groundbreaking innovations for our customers, and we therefore hugely invest in it. At Daimler TSS, we are also very proud of our company history of already 23 years, starting as a small startup with 100 employees in Ulm, we now are more than 1,200 working from Germany and Asia for our customer Mercedes-Benz. But growth numbers are one thing. What we are really proud of is our ranking in the Great Place to Work surveys. It shows that we care about employee satisfaction and their individual development. One more topic that is not shown on the slide, but that is really important to me personally, is our female talent development. I am the first woman on the TSS board since the company was founded. And it is my personal ambition to increase the number of women in the IT business and in our company. And I want to support and empower other women in their careers. To put it short, Daimler TSS is a great employer, and we are especially looking for ambitious young women like you. My next aspect is the reason why I think AI is ultimately so fascinating. AI applications need interdisciplinary thinking to come to life. Of course, the heart behind AI are the technical experts who write algorithms. But then there are experts for business processes who have ideas which manual process could be replaced, or language experts who know about human communication, and many other skills. If you ask me, AI offers also a lot of room and need for typically female strengths like connected thinking, empathy, or communication skills. So I would really like to encourage you to think big when it comes to finding your role in AI. My role in AI might not seem obvious to you. I'm the Chief Financial Officer of a digital company. I'm not an IT specialist, and I for sure cannot code. However, as an experienced manager, I can see the business potential of AI for our customer products and our company. I have worked years in business ethics, integrity, and compliance, so I can see and I want to discuss the potential risks that come with AI. I can ensure training of our management and that we hire people with the right skills. I can encourage and empower innovative product ideas. And I can sponsor organizations like this, and so on. Understanding my role in the AI context did not come with the user manual. No one told me. Which brings me to another important message for today. Be curious when it comes to new technologies. Stay open to learn new skills. And don't limit yourself when you think about what your contribution in AI could be. This brings me to my last aspect of what I really like about women in AI in Stuttgart. As the name says, it is a network created by women, mainly for other women. It is an invitation to you to engage in a powerful field of technology, to share knowledge and to gain new insights, to learn from other dedicated women, to support each other, to discover new career opportunities, and last but not least, to enjoy yourselves while doing so. For me, this organization is an excellent opportunity for women empowerment. And empowerment always means empowering yourself. There is no one else out there thinking about your professional dreams and wishes. It's all up to you. Let me share one other personal experience. Before joining Daimler TSS, I was working as a senior executive in finance and procurement at Daimler headquarters. At some point, I realized that I wanted two things for the next years. Being head of a subsidiary and work in the IT business. And preferably a Daimler TSS. This was my idea. But no one else knew. And how should they? I was working in procurement and not in IT. So I started talking about my idea with HR Daimler, and other relevant people, and I kept on working hard on this plan. And well, it worked out. And this is my last message that I want to share with you today. Think about what you really want in your career. Leave your comfort zone, work hard, learn new skills, meet new people, talk about your goals, and seek support, like in this wonderful Women in AI Robotics chapter in Stuttgart. Use it. Thank you.
Thank you, Isabel, for your inspiring and encouraging talk. I really liked your point about sharing knowledge and gaining insights. I think we need more of it. I see in that we have one question from core team. Anna Maria, would you like to ask the question?
Yeah, thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you, Isabel, for your participation. It's really great to have you here. I have a question. As I mentioned before, I don't have a background in AI or IT either. And I'm pretty sure there are a lot of women here that they don't have this background. So I was wondering, what would you recommend to those people that don't have a background in AI or IT, but still nevertheless would like to develop themselves in this area?
Excellent question, Anna Maria. The bad news is there is no job catalog with checklists where you can look up your career approach to AI. It isn't. It just isn't.
Yeah.
The good news is it is a technology that allows and requires a lot of skills and interdisciplinary thinking, and it's still new. A couple of us said that before. It requires people who code, but also people who can work on communication, user interfaces, business cases, business processes, or ethical questions. A lot of skills. It's not limited. Therefore, I would suggest the following. Reflect on your interests and your strengths. And then use a platform like this one, like WAI, to meet others and see what they work on in AI. And ask them about their way. And read studies on the internet, and then define step by step your individual approach. This is what I would say.
Thank you very much. We will do so.
Well, thank you, Isabel, for your speech. Very interesting. And I am now very excited to be able to introduce Katja Laurischkat as our next speaker. Katja is the Vice President of AI in Digital Transformation at the Bosch Center for Artificial Intelligence. When I told her about the Stuttgart launch of Women in AI and Robotics and asked her if she was willing to support us as a speaker, she immediately said yes. So thanks again, Katja. Katja heads the locations in Renningen and in China for applied machine learning and data and software engineering. And she's also in charge of the global product marketing of the Bosch Center for Artificial Intelligence. So she and her team, they drive the digital transformation at Bosch. And in her keynote, Katja will tell us a little more about that and her personal fascination with AI. So Katja, the stage is yours.
My name is Katja. Thank you very much for the nice introduction, Miriam. So let's get started. When Miriam was approaching me, she was asking me, please tell me your personal journey into the now world of AI. And so let me quickly start with this, because I think looking back, many important points were on the way, which I didn't know at the time. And I think it also perfectly fits to the question, what is the career path in AI and how to put into it, even if you are not have not been studying in informatics or computer science, etc. So I studied mechanical engineering. I did a deep dive in automation and in product design and also production engineering. And at the time, this was perfectly fine. And then I got a really unique offer to do a PhD and work in fundamental research, which completely, and I didn't know it at this time, shaped the way for where I am now. So the actual offer was to work in a collaborative research center, which was just some 14 years ago, dealing on what we call now today Industry 4.0. And the special thing about it was, I was asked, since I was at the host chair who built up this fundamental research or collaborative research center, to build it up together with my professor at the time. And we were for the first time really, really closely working together with people from informatics, from occupational science, from marketing, from controlling, from production engineering. And we were trying to understand how we can change traditional technology companies, as we knew it at the time, and by the measures of digitization at the time, of completely new design approaches, and also of industrial services. And one big key message, or what I wanted to give with this step in my career, was at the time we were fundamental research. No one ever believed that 10 years after this was completely realized and pop up in Industry 4.0, in everything that we call now data-driven and digital solutions. And for everybody who's listening now, I think a big part of making a career in AI is thinking ahead, believing in something which is not state of the art, which is not the usual that you are doing probably with your original studies, and really enjoying, and this is also what the colleague from Daimler said, working in interdisciplinary teams. And we would have never come so far, and this was running over some several years and really changed research in this area worldwide, if you would not have been had the different views from all the different disciplines I have just named. I have done this for 3.5 years. When I then achieved my PhD, I was then just for a short period of a year some group lead at my previous chair in the field of industrial services, which was a very innovative topic at this time as well. And then I was offered a professorship on transforming technical companies. And this step was very curious for me, because I was able to do 2 different things. So first of all, I understood how to teach this new information about Industry 4.0, about how to gain innovation, how to drive new business for technical companies. And this was a great experience with students and with also other researchers. And on the other hand, I was very, very deep in collaborations with over 40 global leading companies, very big player, and also small and medium companies in Germany, understanding to the very deepest level, how do you do a digital transformation from the technical perspective, from the organizational perspective, but also from the business perspective. And this I did for 5 years. So, and what I really learned about it is the hurdles, the chances, but also what's really behind in all those 3 different areas: organizational, business, and technique. And the key message I also want to give is, and also supporting my colleague before, it never worked if one discipline on its own tried to drive this topic. This was my personal journey so far, in very short steps, before I entered Bosch. And then in 2017, I got an offer from the Bosch Group. And this offer was to directly work within the industry sector and be a leading person to drive the digital transformation of the Bosch industry sector. And this really appeared to me, so I decided to switch to industry, because I also had this part in my heart where I want to get it operational, everything that I have learned during my time at the university, during my time at the professorship, to really bring it into action and to really understand live and shaping at Bosch what digital transformation means. One thing why I chose Bosch from other offers was not only because it's obviously a great company with value, unbelieving long tradition, especially in the Stuttgart area, but it also allowed me to understand AIoT and the digital transformation from many different portfolio views. So as you know, we have our strongest footprint in the mobility solutions. We also are very deep into consumer goods, energy and building technologies, and we have also a very strong industrial sector. And having the opportunity to shape all areas, not only from a far away, so to speak, university perspective, but really being a key player in this transformation, changed everything so to speak, I had ever planned in my career. I did this for 2.5 years. So I led the digital transformation and also something that is called service excellence in the industrial sector. And I learned across the globe from various people how they think about it, how they adapt it, what they need in business, in technology, and in organizational manners. And this strongly drove, so to speak, the speed how we did all together jointly our journey at Bosch when it comes to digital transformation. And starting with 1st of July, I switched position. I'm now part of the management board of the Bosch Center for Artificial Intelligence. And this also brought me to another level, being before in a very deep, so to speak, business unit view on digital transformation, having now the possibility, and I will show you in a minute what the Bosch Center for Artificial Intelligence is, to drive the digital transformation with Bosch and together with our colleagues in the business units around the globe, with nearly 300 of the most exciting experts I have met so far in my career, to jointly shape what we are doing at Bosch. We have a very, very deep core mission, and this goes to our core values here at Bosch. We want to bring safe, secure, robust, and explainable AI to Bosch. And this means to our products, to our processes, and also across all domains. And I will get into it just in a second. So what is the Bosch Center for Artificial Intelligence? We are a collaboration of one of the best expert network I have seen so far in industry, consisting of, let's say, 50% of the most highly recommended researchers, which we have recruited from all over the world, and the other 50% of very, very experienced and experts in data engineering, in software engineering, and in data science. And those combination of people really applying AI across all Bosch business units, if it's consumer goods, mobility, industry sector, or even some of our subsidiaries. And in combination with people working in really fundamental research and increasing state-of-the-art AI is something which pushes the Bosch business way ahead from my experience and what I have seen in the past years. So we have locations around the globe. We are located, for example, in Silicon Valley, in Sunnyvale. We have a strong research location in Pittsburgh, where there is a strong collaboration with one of the leading institutes, the CMU in Pittsburgh. We have experts in research and applied AI in Tübingen and in Renningen. We collaborate with our colleagues in Israel, in India, and we have also a strong hotspot when it comes to innovation in Shanghai. What we are really proud of, and I think this is also something that attracts me very much here at Bosch, is we are not just talking about it. It is not a strategy. It is not something that we intend to do, but we have really brought it into action during the past years. So we have implemented various solutions, really containing AI, really changing our business, if it's financial forecasting, if it's our manufacturing AI analytics solution, if it's our new optical inspection solution, or if it's AI that we are using in the context of autonomous driving, or so to speak, assistant driving. We have done it starting from fundamental research with our experts, increasing our algorithms, and really applying it into our products and processes. We are over 207 experts in the 7 locations. We have filed now over 609 invention reports. We have over 140 tier 1 publications where we strongly collaborate with external partners and the leading universities. And this triple of external competence, where we are always on the cutting edge understanding on what is going on externally in the sense of AI research, having our own AI research center with highly recommended colleagues from around the world, and having a global network of applying experts in data science and data engineering and software engineering is a unique force that Bosch has built up during the past years. When it comes
Sorry to interrupt you, Katja. There is a Microsoft Teams notification on your screen that is blocking the view.
Oh, sorry. Okay, perfect. Is it okay? Perfect. So, when it comes to diversity, equity, and inclusion, one of our biggest role models, of course, for all of us women in Bosch, is our new board member, Phyllis Albrecht. And I've seen her since her start and what she has done for us. And since also she joined, and of course we have done a lot also before, but especially since she joined, we have built up, just as Miriam said, incredible networks internally within Bosch, connect female leaders, but also across all hierarchies, across all domains and business units. We are member also of external initiatives such as Panda, for example. We have special external training programs. One of them I have also participated myself, and I had a really highly positioned external mentor from an IT company who also gave me some outside view and good recommendations for my job. And we have a lot, and this is not only for the women, but of course for every Bosch employee, over 100 work time models where we try to support our colleagues to move in the different directions. So summing up, if I'm looking back, I think the most important key message that I want to give is, maybe if you want to go into the direction of AI, and if you want to go in the direction of innovation and transformation, and all of this is always strongly linked. There is no straight way, yes, for sure, but I think there are some core competencies that you should feel in yourself, and this is really being brave of doing something before someone else does it, and really believe in something before someone else thinks this is standard business or this is core business and you can make easy progress with it. Really be able to work in interdisciplinary teams, worship the other opinions, not only the technical one, organizational or probably business view. It's always the strong match that makes it important. And third, specifically talking to women, never underestimate your own capabilities, never. I've seen also in my own team with my colleagues, so strong women, and they are growing above them. I wonder every day. And they mostly don't have specifically a computer science background or a pure informatics background, but they are strongly contributing to the overall success of BCAI. So, and we also have female technical experts, and they're doing as well a remarkable job. And for me, it's always this mixture and this diversity, as Miriam also said, which makes us here at Bosch a very successful company. And this is from my.
By the way, sorry to interrupt, but we cannot see the presentation now.
Okay, perfect. Then let's stop and start the discussion.
Right. We have, thank you so much, Katja, for your presentation. That was a great insight into your own personal journey into AI, and then also what Bosch is doing in that respect. And Karina actually has a question prepared for you before we start the official discussion. So Karina, go right ahead.
Yeah, thank you for your talk. My question is, if you look back at your professional path, is there anything you would have preferred to have done differently? Maybe you could share some pieces of advice with us. That would be great. Thank you.
Okay. Very good question. Looking back, no, I think every step was really important to gain the deep inside knowledge, to really, shovel so to speak, your sleeves and get your hands dirty and really standing it bottom up. And I think every step was partially hard, yes, for sure, because it was always an innovation topic. It was always new. You always had to fight your way through the different topics. But looking back, I think every step was important to reach where I am today. And the only advice, if so at all, I can give is just trust yourself. Just trust yourself. This is a new area. No one will tell you how it works. No one will tell you this is the right next step. Trust in yourself. If you think it is right, if you think there's a good topic or opportunity, if it's business-wise or technically wise, just go for it. Yeah. Don't be afraid of failures. Don't be afraid of judgment of others. Just go for it.
Thank you.
Thank you, Katja.
We want to close now our event. But before we close the event, I want to thank you all for joining us at this milestone event for women in AI and robotics. I want to say thank you to Sheila for being always with us and supporting us. I want to say thank you to Isabel and Katja for being a role model and for motivating us today to go on with our initiative. And I also want to say a big thank you to the companies that supported us. I want to mention Fechau, Trumpf, Fraunhofer, Bosch, and Daimler for promoting us and supporting us with such encouraging talks.